They're from Detroit. Now, okay, explain to, let's get everybody's name first of all.
Chris Doliber.
Maxine Petrucci.
I'm Sebastian Bach.
Mark McConnell.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Red hair, Flintstones, you know.
Now, okay.
We call him Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald
McConnell.
Who's from Detroit here?
Chris and I.
Maxine and I are both from Detroit. Matter of fact, before she hired me, I lived about a mile from her, and I kept hearing about this female guitarist and just all these rumors going around. And then when I auditioned for the band, it turned out that she lived a mile from where I lived, so it was kind of a...
Is Detroit a heavy metal sort of haven?
City, you know, they make cars, they make metal, you know, it's a good city to play. We just played the Ritz down there, and we're doing Harpo's in like May. And they were supposed to come back up here and do the Diamond before we hit California and, you know, do our second album.
And you're from Toronto?
Yes. Yes.
Now, how did you meet up with these guys?
Take that, Chris. You take that one.
Through a mutual friend. Actually, we were doing, Maxine and I and Mark were doing pre-production down in Phoenix. At the time we were working with a different guy from Los Angeles at the record company set up with us. And I might as well tell everybody this, before Mark and Sebastian were in a band, there was 2 other members, and they were dismissed by the record company and management because of, you know, different reasons. But so they found us 2 other guys, but the magic wasn't there, and we were unhappy, and so we started auditioning people on our own. And then we found Mark in Phoenix, and actually I was down there visiting my brother on vacation, and he just blew me away. I heard this drummer, I call him Max, I go, I found our drummer, man, this guy is great, you know. And so she flew down the next day, we started rehearsing, and before his band was even done with their engagement, he had already like quit and was rehearsing with us, and he just took up a couple days.
Maniac.
So anyhow, we see this
2-hour
kid.
notice.
We see all these people running around with Sebastian's face on their T-shirt.
From Italian.
Yeah, and we're going, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And somebody said it was from a Italian magazine, Canadian magazine. So Sean Pilot, who's a promoter who did some dates with us up in Toronto here the last time we were here, we phoned him up. He says, yeah, I know this guy. So he sent us some tapes and pictures. And first we see this picture of this beautiful kid, and we go, oh man, he's so good looking he can't sing, right? Because usually they look like a dog and they sing like a bird, or vice versa. So anyhow, we put the tape on, and he just worked out great. So then we flew him down. About 3 days later, we started working from there.
Now, how important is sex to the band?
It's the most important.
It's light.
It comes before breakfast.
It's like, why were we late for the show? You know, more fun we have off stage, more fun we have on stage. And when Mark and I joined the band, it was great because all our attitudes, you know, formed one funnel.
It gelled with the band, it's the same.
Yeah, because if you got 4 members going each 4 different ways, even if they're going really strong, you're still going to get nowhere.
Mark is probably father to 2/3 of the kindergarten class in Florida.
I hear a lot of that.
Now, I would expect that you play the role of fantasy in the group, that when guys watch you, it's like Dreamland City, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, not only do they get what they want to see and all that, but they get more than that. They get incredible guitar playing, flute playing, a lot of hip action.
Hip action, the power thrust.
You know, power thrust, you name it. And I'm here and I'm going to give it to you now.
Give us a guitar. Show us this guitar.
Okay. I adore his Hammer guitars, of course, the best guitars. And I had a custom guitar made for me, and it's me. And Screamin' Lehman did all the artwork, and everybody flips out, you know. Pretty soon it's going to have a battery-powered tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's me.
That's amazing. Now, you used to be a classical musician.
Yes.
Now, how the heck do you get? How did you get from playing beautiful, sweet music to doing what you're doing now?
Because I'm a wild and crazy gal.
And your sister as well?
Yes.
How did your parents feel about this?
They loved it. They love it. They want us to have energy, get out there, get in the world, do it, let everybody know you're happening, you're alive.
They want their kids on TV.
No, we've had our share of doing classical music, and people in classical music are like the ones in rock. They just wear their hair in a bun.
That's right.
So they let their hair loose at night too, you know? And that's what I did.
It's like Clark Kent and Superman, you know what I mean? It's like Clark Kent during the day, mild-mannered, whatever.
And you go down a wavelength.
And then, yeah, we just came from Wavelength.
Mike,
if you got a hat that needs to be done, Wavelength is the place to do it, and Michael's the guy that did my hair, and it's just, you should have seen my hair before I went there. It was really nice.
Now, how important is the image to the band compared to the music?
It's very important because, you know, a lot of bands have a philosophy of, you know, let's just go up there on our jeans and our t-shirts and just play, right? Well, we come from the school of thought that we'd rather be way too much than not enough, because we want to, you know, we want to get the audience off. We do the hip thrusts, you know, and the tongue and between the legs, guitars, and we just get up there and have a good time. And, you know, by the end of the show, it's like you can see the wet spots in all the girls' pants, and you can see a little kind of tense, you know, up on all the guys. And it's great because it's what it's all about, you know.
But you know, it's not really our image, it's who we really are. We are doing who we are.
Now,
that makes sense.
You as a lady, you know, you being the girl, I'm trying to relate to this now. How do you feel about being around this sort of rock and roll lifestyle? Are you comfortable with it, being, you know, being brought up as a lady and stuff?
Well, I demand respect, and I earn respect, and I get it from the guys, and nobody treats me low or anything.
That's right.
They really
She's got
respect
a
me.
really wild right hook.
Everybody treats me, you know, like the way that I earn to be respected. And you got to earn your way to respect.
Now, you're working on this new album. You were telling me now about the fact that you are right now touring around, trying your different material in different markets to see who likes what. Can you explain to me about all that?
Well, what goes on is that what people like in Toronto may not go over in New York, what people like in New York may not go over in Georgia, and so on and so on and so on. So what we've done is, since we have 2 new members, being in a band is like being married to everybody at the same time. You have to get along, you have to have the same likes and dislikes. You know what I mean? It's gotta be a band, it's gotta be a unit, and if we already had a lot of songs written for the record before we got the 2 new members. But with the 2 new members, some of the material has changed, the direction has changed, it's become a little more poppy, a little more commercial but heavy at the same time. Where before we just go for the throat, sex, fun, and rock and roll, right? So now we're out testing the material and writing new stuff, and the material keeps getting better and better. And we were approached by Steve Stevens, who's a guitar player for Billy Idol. He fell in love with the band, and he's going to produce the next record. And we don't know if it's going to be in New York or Los Angeles. We want to do it in LA, and he'd like to do it in New York. But it's really his decision, so either is okay with me. But we're just out testing the material, making new friends, and kicking ass.
Where are you playing? You're doing some gigs in Canada.
Kitchener. We just did the Palace in St. Thomas and Hot Rocks in Brampton, which was killer. It was great. It was really fun. And we're doing Kitchener tonight.
And then we're up in Sault Ste. Marie for the 1st and 2nd.
Quebec City. And then we're down in North Carolina, South Carolina, and then we're coming back, as I said, to the Diamond Club. And that should be about like late May.
That's great.
Well, we're out right now. We're out with 2 semis and our tour bus, so our expenses are really high. So we, you know, the exchange for the American dollar is, you know, it's
good.
Yeah, it's all right. But so we have to get back to America so we can get our bucks back to reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, expenses are expenses, but we're out full production. A tour that's, you know, it's an arena tour, but we're doing club dates right now just to get close to the people, and you know, and we'll play wherever there's people.
Yeah. All right. Well, it sounds great. We're going to play your video. I thank you very much for dropping by. Now, this is called High in High School. Is this about advocating the use of drugs?
No. If you listen to the chorus, by the way, this isn't Mark and I on, you know, video, but the whole concept is like a shark.
New videos will come out when we do the new record.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, it just ain't cool. You know, it's no way that you should be in school, because you ain't going to learn anything if you're in a, you know. The
gist of the song is that you shouldn't be influenced by anybody but yourself. I grew up looking like a maniac from day one. You know, it started when I was born and got worse. And no, I'm serious. But nobody ever controlled my life. Nobody in school said, you know, I play sports and I look like a freak. You know, and I didn't let anybody push me around. And that's what this song's about. Either, you know, just do what you want to do and have fun. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. If you know, save all the money that you're spending on beer and pot, put it into your music career, you're going to get a hell of a lot farther than all the other people.
Right on. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you,
It's great. And have a great show. Great guitar.
Yeah.
All right. So this is right now, right there we are. Okay, this is Madam X and High in High School on the Power Hour.
Turn it up!
Thank you, baby.